Let me finish getting these last couple things set. Wait for some people to join in. While people are coming in, I'll just make sure everything I have is good on my end. So let me get it checked. Welcome in, welcome in. We're going to talk about the Browns versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a live post game show. Just going to recap some of the things that I saw happen today. Some of the things I kind of mentioned it in my pregame show. I was prepared for certain things to happen. Some things happened, some things didn't. We will get to it shortly. So I believe I have everything set right on my end. So welcome in to the post game show. We just wrapped it up. Browns end up losing by 4 points to the Philadelphia Eagles. They were 10-point dogs today, so taking the Browns and the points would have been a good bet for you. I thought that was too many points. I thought 10 points was a lot, so I was surprised that Philly was getting that. Philly was negative all those points. Pretty surprised by that. So let me get one more thing straight here. But this wasn't a hard game for me to watch. I didn't have a lot of faith in the Browns winning this game, but I wanted us to be competitive. I would have loved for them to win this game, but I didn't go into this game like I went into previous games. At this point in the season, I've accepted the Browns for who they are. So I'm not just going to be the person that's picking them to win every week. They have effectively burned that. They burned that out of me from me just picking the Browns every week. So that won't be happening. Browns played a tough game, but the game ended the same way all games end for the Browns. Penalties in the red zone. So when we got on that last drive, we're down at the 3-yard line. We got a chance to, punch it in and tie that game up. And then we get the first false start, which was weird because I saw the play clock winding down, and I'm like, why don't we just call a timeout, reset, get settled? So we didn't do that. The guard jumped off sides. We lose 5 yards. After losing 5 yards on the previous play, we take a long time to get set, to get lined up. And what happens? We lose another 5 yards. So now we go from being at the 3-yard line to what would that make us? We're at the 13-yard line, and we run a quick slant to Njoku, hoping we can get him the ball. He can do something with it. He's not able to. They put a corner on in that situation. They put one of their top 2 corners. I want to say it was Gardner Johnson. They put a top corner on him in the slot. So I know in a lot of cases that's the best matchup. But me personally, with Darius Slay out, I don't think that was our best matchup on that play. I understand why they were going to Njoku, though, because if he was on a linebacker, if he was on a safety, he would have had the advantage. Not on their top corner that they have in the game that's healthy. I would have liked to see us attack the rookie cornerback or young. I'm not sure if he's a rookie, but the young cornerback who played at Georgia. I would have liked to see us attack him instead. We didn't. I accept it. A couple points in the game where I kind of saw us kind of losing the rope, and I saw us slipping away. We kept getting 3rd and long, and those 3rd and longs, it was a wrap. We couldn't do anything. We couldn't convert. I called that prior to the game, like, hey, we don't need to be in 3rd and long. We need to be in 3rd and 5 and under, so we can utilize Watson's legs, and we can also utilize Njoku more. We had some drives where we really called a good. We were calling a good plays, but I saw a change on the first drive of the second half when we were driving up the field. We're doing really well. And then we put in Jameis Winston, and we went to run a jet sweep right into Graham, number 55 for Philly. It didn't make sense to me because he called out the play before we ran the play. He immediately called out the play. And when I saw that, I was like, man, oh man, what are we doing? I don't understand the Jameis short yardage package. If we're going to use Jameis in short yardage, we need to use him as someone who is running the QB sneak because we don't want to risk Deshaun Watson getting hurt on the QB sneak. If he is not running the QB sneak, he should be handing the ball off to a running back going north and south. He should not be handing a ball to a receiver on a jet sweep going east and west. It makes no sense. You need 1 yard. It's 3rd and 1. If you don't get it on 3rd and 1, you can go for it on 4th and 1. You are not going to go for it on 4th when you go from 3rd and 1 to 4th and 5. Everybody knows you're not going to go for it there. So that just wasn't a good decision. I don't understand why that call at that moment, that killed a good drive. Then we missed the field goal. So it was just, when you have a good drive, you just got to make quick, easy decisions. Don't get. I even posted about it on X. I thought we got too cute. Let's see. You got to follow me on X, Off the Record Gaming, OTR Record Gaming. Right here, you see it on the screen. This was about an hour ago. We got too cute at the end of that drive. I don't like the jet sweep versus an experienced D line. I called it right away. We lost. I also said this. We lost 4 yards on the play, so we can't go for it on 4th down. I don't understand the Jameis short yardage package. I don't get it. I don't understand why we always go to Jameis in the short yardage. If anybody is smarter than me in football and you understand why we always go to Jameis Winston and short yardage, let me know. But I don't know. Also, I'm live on X right now too, so that's what you see there. But just wanted to show you all that. So I just don't get it. So play calling kind of let us down on that drive. Penalties, which have been the bane in our side, they let us down on that last drive when we potentially were going downfield to tie the game up. And that's how you lose games. That's how you lose games. We're just not doing enough. Deshaun Watson wasn't the best in the first half. They definitely had us. They had our number in the first half. In the second half, we got a little momentum from getting that great play from Miles blocking that kick at the end of the first half, and McLeod returning for a touchdown, getting us back into the game. But in the second half, Deshaun did really well. I want to say he only had 1 incompletion. That incompletion was, I think, his last throw to David Njoku. Let's check out some stats here. Yeah, I believe it was the throw to David Njoku. So, let's check out the play-by-play. All scoring. Let's go. No, all plays. My bad. Yeah, I believe it was that's the beginning. Let's go to the end. Let's go to the 4th quarter. It was this one. Yeah, he was completing all of his passes, and then I want to say it was to David Njoku. Yeah, David Njoku. They had CJ Gardner-Johnson guarding him, and that's where he got his incompletion. It wasn't Deshaun's fault in the second half. He played well enough to win the game. You will listen to people throughout this week who will try to place this blame on Deshaun Watson. This is a team loss. This is a full team loss. Deshaun Watson had no turnovers. He was getting hit a lot. He had a 90 QB rating. We were a balanced team. We ran the ball 25 times. We threw the ball 23 times. So lots of balance there. Pierre Strong did really well after Jerome Ford went out. I like Pierre Strong. Multi-dimensional back. He can catch passes and he can also run. He's slightly better blocker than Jerome Ford. So I like his production. Amari Cooper on our first drive, he had that drop, which kind of threw us off a little bit. Amari came back towards the end of the game and did better, but he did get that critical. He got that critical face mask penalty, which if he wouldn't have got the face mask, it would have ended up being pass interference. So that was a critical thing. Right now, the Browns are a team that we cannot overcome not playing perfect to win the game. We even with no turnovers, we give up the big play. I kind of got to call some people out right now real quick. I remember before the season started, people wanted to get rid of Denzel Ward and they wanted to trade him and get whatever we can get for him, and they wanted Martin Emerson to be our number one. This is not a shot at Martin Emerson at all. This is to big up Denzel Ward. If you are watching these games, you see the difference between Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome and Martin Emerson. You see the difference. So everybody who was calling for us to get rid of Denzel Ward prior to the year, I can't listen to how you view football because you just don't have a clue. Denzel Ward is definitely our top corner. I even posted on X about it. I believe he might have been on a snap count because towards the end of the third quarter he wasn't in. Then there were times in the fourth he wasn't in. Then he was back on that last drive. So I think him coming from the hamstring, they were being cautious just to not make it worse. So that's my guess. I don't know that for sure. That is my guess about what I think happened with him. But Denzel Ward, shout out to Dub for liking the video. Denzel Ward is definitely a top corner, and everybody sees the difference. So I just had to call out the people who were saying that Denzel Ward fell off and that Martin Emerson and Greg Newsome can hold it down. It's just the very small things that Denzel Ward does. If you notice, all of the big plays that went to AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, they were against Greg Newsome and Martin Emerson. They had AJ Brown had one decent catch on Denzel Ward. Denzel Ward missed the tackle, and then they might have got like 13 yards on the play. But Denzel Ward is not giving up the big plays. He's not giving them up. So just by watching that, you have to realize that Denzel Ward is our top corner. So anybody who says otherwise, just kind of stop listening to him. This week, you're going to hear a lot of people who say, "Oh, Deshaun Watson." They're going to put up Deshaun Watson's stats. You're going to see this all week. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen this week. You're going to see them put up Deshaun Watson's stats, and they're going to say, "Oh, 16 for 23, 168 yards." They're going to say no touchdowns. They're going to say his passer rating was okay. They're going to try to blame this entire game on Deshaun Watson being cooked. If you watch this game, especially if you watch the entire game, you saw in the second half of this game, Deshaun Watson is not cooked. He just needs to get settled into the game. If you saw that throw that he threw to Amari Cooper, he saw it. He liked it. He ripped it to him and got it to him very quick. That is a prime example of a quarterback who is not cooked. He's not cooked. Us as a team, we shoot ourselves in the foot a lot with how we play, and I believe that's more of the problem than Deshaun Watson. So if you're watching anybody this week who covers, thank you everybody liking the live. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all being here with me. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. You could be anywhere in the world. You decided to spend some time with me on your Sunday, so I'm definitely grateful for it. I appreciate y'all. But if you hear anybody who is blaming this on Deshaun Watson, you kind of have to look at them sideways and just say that they kind of don't fully understand how the game of football is played. Deshaun Watson was not great by any stretch of the imagination. Josh, I don't know why this game was so close. Philly seems to get in his way a little bit from just what I see from the outside looking in. They have the talent. They got the line. They got the quarterback. They got the running back. Didn't really use Saquon as much as I think they should have in the second half. I was nervous about Saquon catching a lot of passes out the backfield. They didn't really do much of that. Based on how the Browns played, y'all probably should have won by at least 2 touchdowns, and y'all didn't. So that would be that's where I would be a little nervous with how things are going. So shout out to you guys. I agree with that. They're not getting the most out of a great team. But back to it. So you're gonna have people blame it on Deshaun. Don't listen to them. This is a team loss. There was at times where I saw that Kevin Stefanski let us down when he put in Jameis and killed that drive with that jet sweep that for whatever reason they called out prior to us snapping the ball and we couldn't get out of it. I don't like that. That was a reason. Jake, that's tough, man. On my pregame, I thought Barkley was gonna have a great game. I don't know how. And if you've noticed, Barkley didn't have a lot of yards either. So, just for fantasy, Barkley didn't have a great game. I don't know how they didn't get him a touchdown either. That don't make sense. So I feel your pain there. Um, yeah, you're gonna have people who are gonna blame this on the wrong things, but Kevin Stefanski let us down at certain points in the game. The offensive line let us down at certain points in the game. Us getting killed with injuries, just injuries and health. I'm not gonna blame it on that, but it's tough to recover. But this game was lost on a couple key plays. I also noticed that Philly in the second half they were driving, and for whatever reason they saw pre-snap when we were in man, and they ran some man beaters that just killed us. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that's tough, man. That's tough. Yeah, he Saquon definitely let you down there. He definitely let you down. You're sitting there looking at it. All right, let's see. You know what? Nobody is talking about this, but the refs are missing some obvious calls that you can see on the TV coverage. Barkley on the ban list. I feel you. Yeah, man. You can't let somebody keep taking you out the game like that. Messing up them parlays. Yeah, the refs are definitely missing a lot of calls. You see it live on TV. Usually, when a ref makes a bad call, you don't see it like as the play is happening. You see it kind of on a replay. You're like, dang, I don't see how you missed that. But the refs have been they've been rough for about 2 years, just missing stuff, just having right in front of them. I mean, they standing right there, they're looking and just not reacting or saying anything about what's happening. So, yeah, Levi, I definitely feel your pain right there. Definitely feel your pain. Um, Another thing, if you're a Browns fan, except we're a 1-5 team, we are what our record says we are. We are no better than what our record says we are. We said this earlier. We look like a team that's still in the preseason. When you look at how we execute, when you look at how we still can't get out of our own way when it comes to penalties, if you look at how teams are keying in on Jim Schwartz, and they know when he's a man, and they're killing with the man beaters. It's crazy. That last touchdown, Devontae Smith, Greg Newsome running all the way across the screen is crazy. He wasn't even within 10 yards of him. I agree. They definitely, the obvious ones, they got to just call it right away. It don't make sense. You don't need to huddle up and talk about it. Even in this Browns versus Eagles game, it was, I want to say 2 or 3 times in the first half that they threw a flag, that they picked the flag up, and just that them being indecisive on what they actually see. Like, what do you know? Can you recognize what you're seeing in real time? Because you don't really see that. You don't see a ref who thought they saw something that wasn't there. Because the refs don't want to be wrong, and it's going to be highlighted when they're wrong. So them throwing 2 flags or 3 flags in the first half and picking them back up, that's a bad sign. Those refs are kind of off that day. They just kind of looking around like, I don't really know what to do. So yeah, I feel your pain there. Refs definitely got to do better. They sold us on a dream that if the refs were hired full time and they didn't have to work other jobs, that the refs will call better calls. That's not the case, man. That's not the case. We just have a way that we ref, and there's so much human element to it. They're gonna have to look at some things like AI when it comes to like spotting the ball and first down, and just even in the Browns game, they're doing a tush push. They're running short yardage plays, and they're just calling first down. They're not measuring it. At this point, you telling me baseball can determine how fast a ball is leaving the park. They can determine how far it went, and they can do it in real time. Tennis, they can have a chip in the ball, and they can determine if it was in or out. And the NFL is the same ones that are using the eyes of people who are 40 plus years old to determine if somebody got a first down. Like, at some point, you got to take advantage of the technology. You got to take advantage of the times. I'm fine with the refs, making a lot of calls, but just when it comes to down and distance, where you can put a chip in the ball, if you got to put 2, 1 on each end, whatever you got to do, you can take advantage of that, so you don't have refs just out here looking silly, just calling, oh, first down, no measurements. Like, it's just backwards. It don't make sense. They're doing things to make it harder on themselves versus making it easier, which kind of backwards. So I don't get it. Shout out to everybody still jumping in. Talk to me in the chat. Talk to me in the chat. Let me know how your team did. Let me know if your team did good. Let me know if your team did bad. Let me know how you feeling as I just wrap up. Ryan, I got to think about that. Yeah, I got to think about that. That's the problem is with James Cook. Man, they could give him the ball 30 times or zero, and then they're so they're not balanced. They're not balanced in Buffalo, so that's really hard to call because it's not like they run a system where they say, okay, we're gonna get you the ball 20 times a game, whether it's running or passing. You know, that's tough, man. That's a hard call. They are playing the Jets. The Jets just fired their coach. Just remember that when coaches get fired, teams who fire their coaches usually have a nice game for that first week. Second week they drop off, but that first week they do pretty well. So just be careful in that Buffalo versus Jets game. You got to be careful because the Jets defense I don't think they gave up more than 20 points or 18 points or something like that. So just be careful with that. And then also Buffalo started on really good, and then now they're not looking as good. So just it's hard to pick a player going against a team whose defense was already pretty good. They're going to have a new play caller. I don't think I would go James Cook. I don't think I would. Hope that helps. I had a couple people. No problem, man. No problem. I had a couple people ask me, "Oh my goodness, the Buccaneers put up a 50 piece." I had that game on. I was watching that game. I was watching the Browns game too. Man, oh man, who was doing the scoring? Let's see. I know somebody had asked me Mike Evans. I thought he had a potential for a good game. Let's see. Man, Godwin is killing it. Godwin has over 105 yards after the catch. It's crazy. Baker, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's a crazy game. Let's get some stats here. Go to box score. Dang, Mike Evans still only got 2 catches. My bad. I think it was Rachel who asked me about that. My bad, Rachel. I also did I tell Rachel go Jerry Judy? I don't know. I can't remember. My bad. that's a tough. I thought they'd throw the ball at the Mike Evans a lot. Thought they would. Let's see. Just kind of running through the games here, seeing if anything goes shocking. I want to check out this Colts because I know Flacco got the start and they put okay, so Flacco didn't do too bad. 22-38, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. I saw he had that interception early in the game, so I just wanted to see how Flacco did. Everybody in Cleveland wants us to somehow get Flacco back. But Flacco's not the answer. The answer for the Browns is execution. Until the Browns can execute a lot better, until they can, sustain drives, start off drives well. I told people to watch before the game. I said, just look at the Browns on first down. If they don't get 4 to 5 yards on first down, you know that drive is going in. You just look at it. That's kind of what was happening today. So I don't think much will change there. Let's see. Unfortunately, I looked at this game earlier because somebody asked me about Marvin Harrison Jr. He ended up getting hurt, so he didn't. I want to say he left in the first. He left in the first quarter. Yeah, so yeah, he zeros across the board. He had 2 targets. He ended up getting hurt though. So, but I like Green Bay as a team, so I didn't think the Cardinals would be a threat to them. I didn't think so. All in all, tough weekend as an Ohio sports fan. The way Ohio State lost, I stayed up. I watched that Colorado game super late. I was groggy this morning. Colorado lost at the end. It was a pretty decent game, so I can't knock that. The Browns, at this point, I'm kind of numb to the Browns. Of course, I'm a Browns fan to the core. I enjoy watching them play as much as I can, considering we're 1-5. But last week I just made a declaration. I accept the fact that the Browns are just a bad team until they show me otherwise. So now my expectation level is not like everybody else. People are going to be freaking out this week. People are going to be, just talking a lot, saying, "Oh man, it should have been this, should have been that, this should have happened." Not for me. I know it was about 4 points in the game where I saw us let the rope go, and I knew that we were going to end up losing. But once we couldn't get in for a touchdown to tie the game, I knew the game was over at that point. Our defense just hasn't been able to get those stops at times when needed, and we were selling out for the run at the end of the game, and then they started hitting us with passes. So, I just accept what the Browns are. We got the Guardians tomorrow. Uh, what time? I think the Guardians kickoff is about 7:38 or 7:58. What I'm gonna do is probably on my YouTube and my TikTok, I'll probably stream the audio for the Guardians game. I don't even know if I'll be on camera because that baseball games are long. But if you are out and about and you want to listen to the Guardians versus Yankees tomorrow, I'll be streaming. I'll be streaming that game, not the actual video, just the audio. So just the audio, so you can have the audio playing. You can listen to the game old school radio style. So tomorrow I'll be going live. I will be streaming that. Probably going to my YouTube channel and TikTok. So follow me on YouTube and TikTok for that. I'll be doing that for as many games as I can for the Guardians versus the Yankees. It's baseball time. You see, if you don't know, normally I have on Browns. I put on a Browns hat for Sundays. I've accepted what the Browns are right now. It's all about the Guardians. So you see me with the C. So once the Browns get a win, I might go back to them. But right now, I'm repping the team that's in the playoffs, that's doing what they're supposed to do. So we're repping the Guardians. But I appreciate everybody for coming in. I appreciate everybody for your comments. Appreciate everybody for liking. Appreciate everybody for liking the video. Anybody who follows, I follow you back right after the stream. So I appreciate it. And then also remember tomorrow for the first pitch, starting at the first pitch, I'll be live on my TikTok and my YouTube channel. TikTok and YouTube, I will play the audio only for the Guardians versus the New York Yankees. So if you need somewhere just to listen to it, it's going to be radio style. So you need somewhere to listen to it. I'll be live. I have it live for the whole game on those two. Also, if you follow me on X, I'll send out a post prior to starting it up just as a friendly reminder that you will be able to listen to that game. I'll be more active in the chat, typing in things. I probably won't be on camera. But I'll just be listening to the game just like everyone else, and then I'll be kind of giving my thoughts throughout the game as we listen to it together. So I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Thank you for spending some time with me on this Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.